Well, hello there and welcome to Cagliari in Sardinia for the FIVB World Tour Finals. And an exciting day. The new tour has been announced, but we have to finish the old one first. It's time for the quarter-finals between two of the best teams in world volleyball. Louis Let with you here in the commentary box all day. This men's quarter-final matchup between Steven van der Velde and Christian Varenhorst from the Netherlands. They're up against Cherif, Unice Samba, and Ahmed Tijan, the Olympic bronze medalists from Qatar. Historic day where Cherif was telling me they're now very famous in Qatar. Every day they have to do something. The temperature just about perfect here in Sardinia for October, and there, well, are the superstars from Qatar, winning a historic bronze medal at the expense, unfortunately, of Martins Plavins and Edgars Tox. All four very, very nice guys on the World Tour for Van der Velde and Christian Varenhorst. Well, Van der Velde only just missed out on the Olympic Games. Davide Crescentini, the first referee for this one.
And second referee is Vincent Roche from France.
Vincent Roche from France. The second referee, as the atmosphere in this stadium gets a little bit slower.
And now, let's meet the teams for our next match. First,
well, Netherlands,
from Netherlands,
one of, if not the best program in the world, with three teams pushing at the very top of the game. Steven van der Velde and Christian Varenhorst, certainly one of those teams. 19 competitions together, 2 bronze medals. They're based in The Hague. Christian Varenhorst is 6'11". That's 2 meters, 12 centimeters. That makes him one of the biggest, if not the biggest, on the tour. Certainly in this competition, he is the highest. But even Steven van der Velde is 6'6" in height. And this is what the Dutch do. They pack teams full of physicality. Van der Velde, 7 seasons, 41 events.
One of the most entertaining teams to watch.
And they had an incredible matchup, Qatar, yesterday against the Beach Volley Vikings. They attracted some audience to watch that one. The Beach Volley stats, researching this week, that their average result this year has been a 3rd place. And the left-handed blocker, Cherif Unice, now the Olympic bronze medalist, playing with Ahmed Tijan, 26 years old. I can assure you, it's not quite 202, 186 centimeters, athletic, fast on the left side. 2 wins for this pairing. One was in Cancun, and also the Doha 1 start. That win in Cancun was huge because it was off the back of 2 straight silver medals where they lost out to the Beach Volley Vikings. They actually lost out yesterday in the pool stage as well. Narrowest of margins, overtime by 2 points. As we get underway here in the World Tour Finals. Quarter-final matchup between 2 powerhouses. And it's going to be an interesting matchup because of that physicality for Van der Velde and Varenhorst. It's going to be interesting to see how Cherif deals with that height from Van der Velde and Varenhorst.
No? No. Okay, so change it. Number 1, no problem.
Winner will play.
Okay. Nice, okay.
Christian Sorum and Anders Mol. And what's going to be a fascinating matchup, whoever makes it. It's a quick step of the feet, good work from Varenhorst. Is there a touch of a Cherif? Not yet. First point on the board for a team who, for many, have been as good as the Vikings this year. On average, better for those results. Qatar are coming into this event with a second in Stade, a second in Sochi, a second in Cancun, or 2 seconds in Cancun, and a third at the Olympic Games. Ace from Varenhorst. Straight down the centre. Varenhorst, smart serving from Varenhorst. One moment he goes straight down the centre, the next he turns it to the sideline. But the break means that Ahmed has a little bit of room to work with offensively. Off the net, Ahmed to jump, but no dramas. Well, Ahmed Dejan just played his first Olympic Games. So in theory, just like the Vikings, to win a medal in your first Olympics is some effort, but that's all about Cherif. Off the net, caught slightly underneath the ball. Because of that, Varenhorst had to come back through the body. Cherif will know that there's no line available for Varenhorst there. For Varenhorst, Van der Velde, in the last qualification competition before the Olympic Games, they needed a podium to get their way to Tokyo. And in the quarterfinals, they met Blauer Musen, their good friends and countrymen. And it's Blauer Musen that won that matchup and won the whole competition. But in the meantime, stopped the opportunity for Varenhorst and Van der Velde. Varenhorst also had a shot at the Continental Cup, but there was no Van der Velde due to injury. Varenhorst playing with Ruben Penninger, who did an outstanding job defensively. Normally a blocker. They call Penninger the total package, but so are Qatar. It's a good start. This time seen from Ahmed. He holds his position really nicely, sees the turn of the wrist, releases and then transitions. Another huge one from Cherif. Well, we asked the question, how would the block of the Cherif match up against the physicality of the Dutch? And so far, it's pretty good to say the least. Big press, fast hands. Timeout, Van der Velde and Varenhorst. Well, the last World Tour finals were held in Rome in 2019. We've shifted a little bit more southern here. Qatar, 5-point run early on. And we saw Blauer Musen just moments ago against Nicolai Lupo also go on runs of points against them. From there, always swimming against the tide. Ahmed's service run continues. Van der Velde from left side.
Amazing spike by Steven Van der Velde.
You can see the celebrations. Yes, BV. Christian Varenhorst says to his partner. Know how much they needed that side out. How much Van der Velde needed that confidence as well.
No.
Well, the Dutch programme lost Victor Anthelovs, who's moved to badminton. Vrienden Numedor. Well, a true legend of the game. His nickname from Anthelovs was Legend, actually, so took over the reins, and now Michal van der Quip takes the head coach job from next month. And he has some outstanding players to work with. Cherif is rocked out of rhythm, rocked out of system. The Dutch have one back. Really late step into that angle. Outstanding defensive work from Van der Velde, but once again, the Cherif has got his eyes all over Van der Velde. Stability defensively there. Very good from the Dutchman. There's Qatar, who take the point and open up that 3-point lead once again. They're fired up. Varenhorst and Van der Velde, due to those injuries, niggles, and being slightly unfortunate, this Dutch team. They haven't had the season that they would have hoped for, but in terms of consistency, they've been right up there. Yes, they didn't make the Olympic Games, but 5th place finishes in Doha 4-star, Cancun, the second episode of that 3-part series, and also in Sochi they took a 3rd place before taking that 5th in Ostrava. It was that late run of form that saw them very close to going to the games. And then you remember what an entertaining year we've had on the World Tour. Mr. Skyball, Adrian Karambula, Enrico Rossi taking that place, starting the year way behind, but taking podium finishes, top 4 finishes, sorry, to get their way to the games. Slightly short this week, Karambula Rossi not making it to the quarterfinals, missing out in the group stage. But we'll see Mr. Skyball back in the big time soon, we're sure. Qatar still by 3 here. Big serve to the inside. It might make it difficult for Van der Velde to hit those angles, but it's smart blocking. They make it difficult for Van der Velde to kick out and hit cross court. Then when he does kick out to hit cross court, they dive into the cross court to make the block. It's a game of angles. You can serve players into difficulty, and that's exactly what Qatar are doing here. Once again to the inside. Van der Velde kicks out. This time off the hands and out of bounds. But that serve from the sideline to the inside hand, one that very difficult to deal with if you want to hit back cross court. Even on the previous one where Van der Velde passed really nicely. He had more time, he had more rhythm, but still couldn't get back out to hit those sharp angles that he wanted to. Desperately in system. Van der Velde crushes one cross court, this time from the right side. Well, throughout this competition, it brings a very different feel and flavour to it. There's no more modified pool play. Varenhorst gets one back on Cherif. Each pool had 5 teams temporarily housed. Top team going straight through to the semi-finals. Anders Mol, Christian Soren winning their pool. Technical timeouts rushed around once more. But it means that each team have played at least 4 games before leaving the competition. That's if you finish 4th or 5th in your pool, but also the competition is so fierce here. For the Dutch, they've lost 1 game to Perisic and Kleiner, but they beat Gibb and Crab, Jake Gibb's last ever competition. Clavins and Toch, 4th place at the Olympic Games. They've also beaten Nikolai and Lupo, 3-time European champions. Well, they've lost 2. They lost to the Vikings 16-14 in that final set, and also went down 2-0 to Blauer Musen. Knuckle back to the line from Cherif. Well, it just shows how difficult it is to go through this competition undefeated. The only team to have done that so far are Padisic and Schweiner from the Czech Republic. But that's big, big, big from Cherif. Van der Velde struggling to get past Cherif. He starts so low in the block. He's out of the vision of Van der Velde, and then he can pop up from nowhere. 5 blocks already for the Cherif. Low again, this time Van der Velde stays high off the hands. Try and hit so steep, just crushes the ball off the fingertips.
Wait. Yes, come on.
Just like that. Qatar opened the door for the Netherlands. Back in system, 2-ball from Ahmed to Jean. Super quick feet, beats Varenhorst.
Here comes up. Ahmed. Here comes up. Here comes up. Here comes up. Here comes up.
Varenhorst chasing so hard to get in, he falls to the floor. Qatar coached by Maranio Barisetti. And more diving into the angle from Van der Velde, and more stops from Cherif. That's block number 6. Reverse plate. That's one opportunity for Van der Velde to move the ball a little bit more, and what that's going to do is just make it more difficult for Cherif to track his man and get his hands over the net. But they've come a long way. Qatar underneath Barisetti. Barisetti's a 3-time Olympian. His best was a 9th. Barisetti, so a bronze medal as a coach. Just as important to him as it was to these two. Once more, Ahmed Tajan fades one away from the body. Scoop, chance for Cherif, free ball, opportunity awaits here to get the ball back, or the score back to 2, Varenhorst.
Amazing spike, Christian Varenhorst.
Hasn't had much to do in the spiking compartment of the game, Varenhorst, but what he's done, not very well. Has to chase a long way then because of the diagonal service. Cherif is showing some real wisdom here. Faces a lot of cross court. Van der Velde sits round on those sharper angles because of what he sees. Gets beaten back to the line and says, my bad. Cherif, who played it 2016 with Jefferson Santos Pereira. Only played 21 events internationally with Jefferson Santos Pereira, one win in Kish Island. Played 40 already with Ahmed Tajan. It's been a fascinating story for Cherif and developments he's made over the past few years. On the world tour now for him and Ahmed to become the team they have, feared by just about everyone in world beach volleyball. Van der Velde turns one. Quite late to the sideline. The accuracy, exceptional. handling error against Ahmed.
What's too long? What's a catch?
And he's not very happy at all here. Let's have another look. It's a reverse set. And what I'm hearing here is that it was held for too long. Maybe taken a little bit too low on the reverse set. Dominic Costantini stamping down his authority as Qatar take a timeout.
And timeout, Qatar. Cherif, Ahmed, 18, Varenhorst.
It's been a block fest from
17.
Cherif Unisi, but they've loosened their grip as of late. Qatar and Velde and Varenhorst here have a chance to take advantage of this situation that's been possessed to them. More errors. They now look for a touch, Qatar, and their grip continues to loosen. Out of system, so Ahmed has to kick out a little bit more. The more that the ball is passed off the net, the more space you have to make. There is Barasetti in the background. For anyone who's been following this game for a long time will know what a legend he is, as is Ryan Nummerdor, the head coach of the Netherlands at this moment in time. Was there a touch is the question. Mr. Varenhorst, are you guilty? Doesn't look like it from there. No touch.
Netherlands point.
Okay? Okay, guys. Here we go.
Ace! Steven van der Velde.
Well, the service pressure from the Netherlands has gone up another notch here. And they've taken the lead after what was a very slow start. All through the seam.
Amazing spike by Ahmed.
Really is a channel where, well, Varenhorst could just drop his hand in there and try and take it. But in theory, that was too good from Ahmed. That's also too good from Christian Varenhorst. This has been real smash and grab stuff. Remember, Christian Varenhorst actually played with Ryan Nummerdor with the silver medal in the 2015 World Championship Finals. If you remember that, that was a game to remember as well. Change of system for the Dutch. Looks like it's worked. Only the Netherlands could put a 2-meter, 12-centimeter blocker as a defender. Van der Velde is known as one of the best blockers in the Netherlands anyway, with the skills that he has. And a very, very strange set of beach volleyball. Proving it's not about how you start, it's certainly about how you finish, and the Dutch finished very strong. The handling error against Ahmed was certainly a talking point for that set, but also was the start of their demise.
I could not hear you for nothing. Okay.
Well, the first set served up many a surprise for us here in Sardinia. Van Velde, who's from The Hague, which is the training base of the Netherlands. They have a fantastic indoor facility in the Zuiderpark that housed the FIVB 4-star event just a couple of years ago. Steve is the call from Varenhorst as he shows line, chops it back angle, holds onto the line long enough to bait Ahmed Tajan into the fact he was going there, but no, he shifted it back. Hammer cross court from Cherif. Just the 2 bronze medals for the Dutch on the World Tour, 19 competitions played together. Van der Velde, the target once more. He's played with Dirk Bolle, Mikael van Dorsten, but it's more blocking from Cherif. And if Qatar do lose this game, they'll be puzzled why when they've made nearly 10 blocks. 7 to be exact, but maybe by the end, almost 10. Van der Velde again. Also played with Dan Spijkers and Reinder Nummerdoor for a couple of events.
Now it's super spike by Stephen van der Velde.
Applauds his partner once more. Here comes the boom. A little bit late to the fray here, but it was colossal. So it looks to go to the angle, stays super high off the hands of Varenhorst. Again, height trumps all in this game, not about hitting it steep. Stays very deep and very, very solid. Serve to the inside, it's another reverse set. Through the block.
No. It's worse.
Well, Cherif, he still hasn't forgiven Crescentini for that handling error in the opening set. I'm saying that one's worse, but in my opinion, what it's worth, it looked like Ahmed Tajan's was slightly lower, and those hands were slightly quicker from Varenhorst, but the thing with handling, it's subjective. It's constantly changing. The rules certainly got tougher through Tokyo than they were in the build-up. Cherif this time turns away from the block. You can see that he's holding on to that decision, and they were very, very unhappy, Qatar, in that call, and it really did change the course of that set. Out of system, chance for a block here, you know. It's not a touch. It's not a block, it's a touch. This is a crazy game. Varenhorst once more using every little piece of his height advantage to go off the top of the Cherif. Chasing hard. Free ball. Jump setting from Ahmed Tajan. What a play. Leaps out the sand. And he's hit that 2-ball time and time again. That time, the dig. Van Velde in blocking. Doesn't buy the bait, but at the same time is a little bit late to get out to the wing.
Come on. Yes, boy!
Hey!
Well, jump setting, followed by a serving. Qatar are back in control, but what do we know? Because this was very much the same situation as set number 1. Qatar fell at the final hurdle. Varenhorst right side. Choose one off the hands. Chance on the turn for Ahmed Tajan. Puts the ball in to Cherif. to try and hit on two, but it's a reverse knuckle from Cherif, and that's an incredibly hard action to complete. Just brushes the knuckle over the top of the block. A late turn of the wrist towards the sideline. Timeout from Varenhorst van der Velde. It's another run from Qatar. We saw this in the opener though.
Outside! Yes, sir! Come on, let's go.
Well, the timeout from the Dutch does enough to just lose the mental focus of Qatar. With that comes miss serve. They still have some work to do, but they have a lot of time. Varenhorst. It really is a monster block from Christian Varenhorst. FIVB best hitter 2015, top rookie 2012. Gets over and takes every angle away from Ahmed Tijan. He's won 4 times with Reindeer Numedor. Also won in Kharkiv with Martin van Garderen, who is still playing indoor volleyball now, but they also made a Final 4 in Vienna of the World Championships. Van Garderen and Varenhorst. That one's forced by Cherif, just doing anything he can to turn that one back angle. Van der Velde once more just stays very, very high. There's a bit of a traffic jam for the Dutch, but the bump jumbo is a good one. Van der Velde is all over it back there. And then he goes with the left. There's one thing going for the left. The left-hander knows the left-hander. And it's the left-hander from Qatar that wins the battle this time. Some rally here though. Forcing it on. Varenhorst. Ball drifted way across Van der Velde, so he has to go with the left. 3-point game once more.
It's good for Stephen.
Varenhorst has to take that with the bump set due to the speed of the pass. Van der Velde just, again, stays audaciously high. Serve to the inside. A little bit of a movement in the block for Varenhorst. You can see a couple of side steps. That's due to the setting, and as soon as the block has to move their feet, it's more difficult to press. Pressing in beach volleyball as a blocker so key. Blocking about taking time away from the blocker and angles, not so much about just being high. Being high helps take those angles and that time away by reaching over. 2 ball from Van der Velde. He's really growing into this game. .2 kilometers an hour. Rapid fire from Van der Velde. Out of sync from Qatar. And surely Lightning's not going to strike twice here. Qatar have already squandered one lead. They had a good start to set 2 as well, but we go to the technical. It's a 1-point game. Netherlands clawing it back once more.
And we are at the core of the game. Second set. Cherif Ahmed 11. Varenhorst Velde 10. Netherlands leads 1-0 on the set.
Well, post. Technical timeout, service pressure. The Dutch do tend to try and gun their serves. Well, back we are. Varenhorst to serve with that now. Very popular wheel in the background here in Sardinia. It really is a stunning addition to the scene here. The handling much better this time. No complaints from Crescentini. That really did fire out Qatar, didn't it, that decision? And the first. Varenhorst off the top of the hands, but it's another block from Cherif. We said he may have 10 by the end of it. Serving deep on Varenhorst. As soon as Varenhorst is in those positions, it puts Van der Velde under so much pressure with the setting. He tries to force it on. The chase is now on. Swat to the line. Could be a 4-point game once more. Is there a touch on Varenhorst? Ahmed Tijan is looking very, very inquisitively at Christian Varenhorst. I have to think with the new Pro Tour being announced today from the FIVB and Beach Volleyball World, we're going to see a lot more of these games broadcast to you. Such a high level, jumping into the angle. Rush back to the line. I think they got everything they wanted there, the Netherlands, but the execution. It's a late move with the block, which means it's a late move with the defense to play on that high line. Varenhorst goes with the softer shot. And as it turns back, it's a 2-point game. Serve to the inside. Kicking back out. Ahmed Tijan faces a lot of cross-court before coming back to the line. And Varenhorst will be trying to track and match the angle of his feet to the angle of Tijan. It's actually Van der Velde blocking. His timing and his pressing is really, really impressive. There's a lot of opinions in the Netherlands that Van der Velde could be a blocker in this program. Well, he is a blocker in this program because he's blocking at the moment, but he's that good in that phase of the game. But the pass is out of place, and with that, Qatar look very likely that we're going to go to 3. Reverse play. And Velde has obviously gone after the angle on that play. The line is left wide open. They've decided to make a dive into the cross court there, Qatar. Cherif, dummy 2-ball. Absolutely no dummy 2-ball that's been taken, but in those situations for a block defender, now as this game progresses, they're watching for anything they can to get the one-up on the opposite team. And really that dummy 2-ball and the quick use of the arms is just maybe enough to hold the block defense and to make them unstable for the third touch. Someone we're seeing so often now, Armin Helvig from Sweden, who won King of the Court Utrecht in fine fashion. They've taken that game and times it by 10,000. How to make the game disruptive for the other team, but other teams are taking aspects of that game. No dummy 2-ball there from Ahmed Tijan because the ball was a little bit too flat and all he had to do was try and work to get his feet there and put the ball into a good spot. What other nations could have a 2 meters 12 centimeters tall defender? And that's where Varenhorst may struggle. One off the net band. Dropping short on Christian Varenhorst. Qatar look like they're going to send us to 3 here.
Stand up. Stand up. Now everybody clap your hands.
Out of system, Van der Velde to stay in this one. Sat in the pocket, beautiful positioning, width and speed, too quick, too wide. You get wows from the crowd because that ball is moving 6 or 7 meters at speed. They don't need to be asked twice in this set. So look at the speed. The ball's flat, it's hanging, and it allows Ahmed Tijan to get after it. And the clever thing from Qatar here is that the defense is from the left side, so they spread the play from right to left, and the blocker's always going to be under pressure with the amount of footwork they have to do to get in and block. Well, we go to 3. 21-15. The Olympic bronze medalists are back on form. Well, the stats: more blocks, more aces from Qatar. Also,
it's time for third set between Netherlands and Qatar. Ahmed serve.
well, exciting stuff here in Sardinia, where Qatar, underneath the guidance of Radio Barasetti, are up against the Netherlands, underneath the guidance of Ryan Numador. Reverse set cross-back cross-court. Previously, you saw Qatar just start to make moves into that angle. Really unorthodox, and that's really what you get from Cherif. You get lots of different things. This time from the centre, charges through, turns it back sharp, just manages to clip the sideline. And Velde says, yep, that one's good. Makes it very difficult to defend against. Comes in facing different areas, comes in. Zan can operate the ball into so many different zones. The height of the play from the Netherlands is how they run their game. Cherif on the turn, and it's a service pressure once more. Simple stuff here from Netherlands, serving them off the net, and any time This game is so much about working for situations in your favour and in your advantage, and it's Velde who's gone to the net and he's made a real difference in that. It's a huge play, and this is the first time that Netherlands have led in a set, diving into the angle, taking the off-body swing from Ahmed. To the middle once more, making it difficult to access the angles. He does access the angles, and it's one way. There's so many different ways to skin a cat in this game, but with Varenhorst playing defense here, chipping the ball around softly and making Varenhorst go to the floor is not always going to be a bad decision here from Qatar. They can certainly play differently depending on who's blocking it. Reverse from the Dutch. This has got a slightly different scent to it here in set 3. The width and the speed is good, but the ball's hanging up high enough for Velde to really be aggressive off the hands. And they're not compromising their service pressure. Velde has to work really hard. Varenhorst skips back in. There's a challenge request.
It's legal challenge. That's not
Well, you can see if it's on top of the net, right?
You cannot see this.
Why not?
What are you challenging? What are you challenging?
Well, I think it's right on top of the net.
So
it's
what
not
are you
stolen
challenging?
ball. Stolen ball.
You are challenging for the reach over?
Yes.
It's illegal challenge. It's not possible. The ball was completely on the other side.
So Varenhorst is sure that he made the block. Where was the ball is the question. They're not allowed to challenge that, as you heard from Crescentini. Varenhorst really unhappy with that. The pass has also gone off the net as well. Crescentini saying that his hand was over the net and the ball wasn't. The experienced customer now, Varenhorst. Can't let that get to him. Staying calm for the next play as well. Hugs all round. This would be a big, big result for Velde and Varenhorst. Remember, Berman's de Glut took a silver at the European Championships, also won in Stad. Blauer Musen won in Ostrava, so a win here for Velde Varenhorst, and they would have 3 different teams from the same nationality win on the World Tour in the same season. That would be some feat. Well, they found something that works here. Moving the ball back and looking for the hands of Cherif. We've seen this one before, we'll see it again. They're doubling up on the angle by the looks of it there as well. Qatar. Cherif doing exactly the same. This time from an up and down set, stays high. Elba gets all the way back and fires it up off the hands.
Wow,
You hear wows in the stadium. That's Varenhorst playing smart. He's hammered angle. Brushes one back to the line this time. Big.
Oh, amazing spike by Ahmed.
The width and the speed. Too good here, especially with the amount of work that Ahmed has to do off the ball. This game is so much about what you do off the ball. Fast and frantic feet battered to the line. You can hear Ahmed cheerleading Cherif, almost to say, wake up, we've got this. Varenhorst just unleashes another one. The cover from Van der Velde is excellent, but just lacking slightly in the fact that it's too tight to the net and Cherif is in the game and Qatar are in the game at 8-8. From the width, it's high off the hands again. You can see what the Dutch are trying to do, just use their physicality, go off the hands and away from the body from Van der Velde. And everything goes quiet here in Sardinia. Five will do it. And it's risk versus reward, as we say all the time on the World Tour. They have to go after the ball hard from the baseline, because the Netherlands will know just how destructive Qatar are in their side-out game, the way they move it, the way they run varied offense. But you have to give such credit to the way that Van der Velde and Varenhorst have played their game. More high lines over the top of Cherif, and we all know that Varenhorst has that cannon back across the body as well. This time, Cherif off the ball is very good to watch after he passes. He takes a couple of steps out, he fixes his hips back towards the cross court. The fact that everything is looking that way will entice the block defense.
Beautiful choice for Christian Varenhorst.
And as this game starts to get very, very tight at the end, the calmness of Varenhorst will be key. It's Varenhorst who's back to the net to block once more. Van der Velde will serve, and he gets one off the net back. He may have missed a couple, but that was a huge, huge moment that could just see the Netherlands through to the semi-finals in what would be a slight upset of the Olympic bronze medalists. Lingering looks at each other from Van der Velde and Varenhorst here. This time coming in much straighter, almost like speeding the arm and the wrist up there. And one moment Cherif looks to the cross court, next moment he comes in straighter, always mixing everything up. There's a chase on, and it's match point for the Netherlands.
For the match point.
And they started slowly in the opening two sets, but not here. Well, they're serving for the match. And what would be their very, very first win for the Netherlands against Qatar. Qatar won in Sochi in the semi-finals. Qatar won in the Cancun four-star in the elimination rounds.
my line judge, I saw it out. I checked with my line judge, now we checked.
Well, there's a challenge. Crescentini said he saw it out. The line judge saw it out. The ball is out.
All out.
Cards had its fair share of drama, this one.
Timeout, Netherlands.
Timeout, Netherlands. Good time to call one.
Thank you.
Well, when they passed well, the Netherlands, their height has been slightly too much to handle. So many times going off the hands. Early doors, it was Cherif's blocking that was the difference, but higher contact points, good passing and setting. Much improved side-out play from the Netherlands as we have a look over the bay here.
The restart for the third set and match point Netherlands.
Well, to the centre. Big battle at the net. Van der Velde stopped from Cherif. They're digging their heels in here, Qatar. And there's one more back. He's patrolling the net, the Cherif here. He's doing a fine job of it. Won the first battle. Van der Velde, phenomenal work with his reactions, but they couldn't quite keep control of the ball. They're going to have another chance, though. It's another good serve from Dejan. It at least gets Van der Velde out of rhythm. And that earns them the dig and the opportunity. They've done it, Qatar. They've drawn level. What a game. From 14-11, we're tied at 14-all. And this is why Qatar have been the most consistent team on the World Tour this year. Patience, fight and desire. It's now going to be a race to see who can win by 2 clear. More drama.
You cannot challenge this. It's an illegal challenge. Sorry.
Emotions are high here.
I checked with my line judge.
Let's have a look. Was there a net touch from Van der Velde? No. Was there a... It was blocked out anyway. Another match point for the Netherlands. And there you have it, an ace on Cherif from Steven Van der Velde. A win for the Netherlands and the 8th seed. They've knocked out Qatar here by 2 sets to 1. Exactly the same fashion as Qatar lost to the Vikings, 16-14 in the third. They will go through to play the Vikings in the semi-final. A win for Varenhorst and Van der Velde. They've won 21-19, 15-21, 16-14, and we say goodbye to Cherif and Ahmed, the Olympic bronze medalists who have had a fantastic season on the FIVB World Tour. Certainly won't be the last we see of them. Medals in Stade, medals in Sochi, 2 silvers there, a silver in Cancun, and a win in Cancun as well in the 3rd hub event stage there. There are the stats. More races. As we have a look at the Hawkeye graphic service placement. Well, aces split between sidelines and centre. Top speed of almost 100 kilometers an hour. You can see that Van der Velde got a lot of the ball out there. Seems like we're ready to hear from a very happy duo who are down courtside with Nicky Markov. See what they have to say.
Congratulations, guys. You just beat the #1 team in the world ranking. You must be feeling great.
Yeah, we do feel great.
How was the match? It was a difficult one for sure.
Yeah, they're #1 team in the world on points for some reason. So we played them before. It was a close match as well, and we got the worst end. Now we got the better end. And I mean, for us, this is just being here was already a bonus, and then going to the semi-final, and who knows what comes more. It's everything's a bonus, and we're so happy with it.
What comes more is the Norwegians.
Exactly.
Tell me, what do you expect from that match?
We expect for sure a good game again. Yeah, what to expect? I don't know. I'm just happy for now we won this one, and we'll have the tactics later. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. Big blocker.
Okay, thank you. Good luck.
Well, another fascinating game comes to an end here in Sardinia. The Vikings versus the Netherlands is going to be one you don't want to miss. All the semi-final action coming up a little bit later on. But from us, for now, it's goodbye.